Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm finally back with another episode of Road to Rank. I know it's been 3 days, and that actually feels like a very long time because that's the longest I've ever gone on this channel without uploading daily ever since Road to Rank started. So it feels like ages to me, and it's really good to be back. But I do owe you guys a quick explanation and apology as to why I was gone. So I basically took a couple of days off because there were some important priorities in real life I needed to take care of. One of them being applying for summer internships and figuring out where I'll be working this summer, and the second being writing a speech. So I gave a speech in front of my entire school today about Pokemon and the joys I found from playing it, and it was part of this senior speaker series where seniors, right before they graduate, submit a proposal on something they want to talk about and offer to the school, and then a couple of them are selected. So they did choose mine, and I was able to present it to the entire school. It was really, really cool. I had a great time, and it was a great learning experience, and I'll actually probably be uploading that speech onto YouTube later this week, so keep your eyes open for that. But it is really good to finally be back. I also have a couple of other things I'm currently working on. Not sure if I'm ready to announce them just yet, but I'm hoping in the next week or so I'll be ready to give you guys more details on some other cool stuff that might be happening. But we're just going to finish up this week with the rain team and then use a new team for next week. I'd actually love to hear any suggestions you guys have for teams, and as always, if you enjoy Road to Rank, please share your support by leaving a like on the video. We are going to jump back onto the ladder. I played a couple of games to shake off the rust since I haven't played Pokemon for 4 or 5 days. Did not go too well, but we'll see how we can close it up. As James Speed 1 from New York with a rating of 1767 is our first opponent of the day. This one should be fun. For those that don't know James, he is a really, really good player. He actually runs his own YouTube channel. He's one of the few people that actually does consistent VGC uploads. So I'll link it in the description below. Definitely check him out if you've not checked him out before, because he's a great opponent, great player. We've played a lot, both in real life events and online, and he qualified for Worlds last year through the LCQ as a senior, and now he's a first-year master, but I've played him a bunch, and he's really, really solid. He's got a very interesting team as well. You see Rotom Wash, Garchomp, Glalie, Scrafty, Talonflame, and Aegislash. So he's clearly using Mega Glalie, which I actually know he's been using for the last couple of days or weeks as well. I honestly, I haven't watched any of his videos, so I don't know what the Mega Glalie is actually there to do, nor do I know any of his other sets. But I do think that that will make the game a lot more interesting and fun. So I'm looking forward to it, actually. I feel like Polyludi is a really solid lead here. He doesn't have many great answers to it, though. I guess Talonflame, Rotom Wash could happen. Right now I'm just trying to figure out what Mega Glalie can even do. It's just really average, even in terms of base stats. I mean, Polyludi is a pretty decent lead. Like, Ludi gives his entire team a good amount of trouble. Though part of me is leaning towards Thundurus here. I mean, I think Polyludi is somewhat predictable, so he might try to counter that. But I don't even know what he can lead to counter. I guess the worst lead matchup would be Talonflame, Rotom Wash. I mean, even if that is the case, though, like, he still doesn't have great answers to it. So, you know what? I'm just going to go with Poly and Ludi. Let's see. I feel like I kind of need Hydreigon here, mainly for the Aegislash, but it can also just Draco Meteor everything. For the last one, it's between Metagross and Terrakion. Both of them are pretty fine options here. Metagross to just Iron Head knock out the Glalie, though I think Terrakion might be a better call here. I'm actually going to go with Metagross. I feel a bit safer playing with Metagross, especially with the ability to Substitute. Substitute can block out Will-O-Wisps from the Rotom Wash. Though, that might not have been the best call. I think Terrakion ultimately might have been a bit better. I think my biggest fear was just the weakness to Rotom Wash, because otherwise I'm somewhat weak. But I'm going to lead with Poly and Ludi, my rain lead matchup, as he goes with Talonflame and Freeze Bomb. I'm assuming the Glalie, yep. So, Mega Glalie making its first appearance here. I'm very excited to see what James can do with it. I really don't know. Let's see. Leaning towards the Scald play onto Talonflame. I mean, so the fake out Surf play is what I'm leaning towards right now. No, I'm gonna go for fake out Scald. Actually, the thing is, I also don't know what Glalie can do, which is, yeah, that's the merits of using a unique Mega Evolution like that. I mean, I really want to conserve Ludi here. That's like the most important thing to me. So you know what? I'm gonna go for the Scald onto the Talonflame, and I'm actually gonna switch out into Metagross since I think Ludicolo is very, very good in this matchup. And he might go for the Brave Bird onto Poly. I don't think so. He might protect. He might try to set up a Tailwind. Let's see. Mega Glalie does evolve. He had Glalie, Talonflame, Scrafty. Let's see, just writing down his team. Okay, he does go for the Protect. I'd assume double Protect here. Let's see. Oh wow, he didn't go for it. What does Glalie go? Oh, the Explosion! Nicely done! I should have anticipated that. That's probably going to knock out Politoed, I assume. Oh, it actually doesn't. Comes quite close, though. Yeah, if there's anything I could have guessed, I should have guessed that. I should have just went for Fake Out onto Glalie and actually a Surf. That would have been much better, but I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. This Garchomp comes back in. Let's see. Well done, well done. So he's going to go for the Brave Bird onto Politoed. There's not much I can do to stop that. Presumably Brave Bird onto Politoed and an Earthquake. So, you know, I mean, in the off chance he doesn't target down the Talonflame, I'm going to try to knock it out, but I'm just going to Mega Evolve and Protect with Metagross to get the speed boost here. And the reason why I'm not going to switch out with Poly is because that way I can still just Scald, knock out Talonflame in case he tries to go for something like a Tailwind. I don't think so. If he does though, that's really good for Ludicolo. Very cool first turn from James there though. Explosion is so much rarer than back in VGC in the old days. So Brave Bird does come out, that's going to knock out Politoed. You know, Garchomp could pull out a surprise substitute or Swords Dance here, and that would be really bad. Not anticipating it, but let's see. Okay, Life Orb Talonflame, that's also good to know. Yep, he just goes straight for the EQ here. Life Orb on Talonflame means he doesn't have it on Garchomp, which means he can't knock out Hydreigon here and in one hit, which is pretty important. Question is, do I bring in Ludi or Hydreigon here? If I bring in Ludi, I have pressure immediately because I'm actually leaning towards Ludi. I mean, okay, if I bring in Ludi, like, I can fake out Zen Headbutt Talonflame, but that play is so obvious, so I would probably fake out Garchomp and substitute with Metagross, though James is smart enough to really predict that as well. If I bring in Hydreigon, he can just Brave Bird Earthquake, though that's not a good play. He should Brave Bird. You know what? I'm going to bring in Hydreigon, yeah. If I can knock out Talonflame, Ludicolo has a field day, so that's what I'm going to be going for right now. And then the question is, does he Brave Bird Hydreigon here? Does he... yeah, I mean, he's definitely got a Brave Bird, right? But the question is, who does Garchomp target? I think I'm going to go for the Draco onto Garchomp and the Zen Headbutt, yeah, onto Talonflame. I like that play a lot. Though I made it pretty fast. I should be thinking these turns fully through. That first turn, though, still a bit mad at myself because Fake Out into Glalie and Surf would have just been a much better play on my end. Because if I were to knock out... I mean, the main thing I got scared of is conserving the Ludicolo. As Talonflame protects here. Okay, I'm fine with that. Though, what does Garchomp go for? Does he EQ? Yeah, he Earthquaked. I should have substituted there. Ugh. That was not a good play on my end. So I knock out Talonflame, though, I mean, this isn't actually really bad. So Metagross faints here, I think. Yeah, I thought I hung out with 1 HP there for a second. It faints there, but the good thing is this means next turn I can fake out Draco Meteor, knock out Talonflame, and then Ludicolo does a really good job against his team. Unless Garchomp here has Sash. No, okay. Quite the intense game there, though. Now, I really should have set up a substitute with the Metagross, though. There was little reason not to sub, because he had to go. I mean, I guess the reason why I didn't want to sub was because I assumed he was going to go for either the Brave Bird Dragon Claw, and Rotom is his last Pokemon. That's really, really good. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go for the Draco onto Talonflame and the Fake Out. Actually, I really hope it KOs. I'm not sure if it can, and that's really problematic if I can't. Oh, he goes for the double, actually. Okay. Can Draco Meteor knock it out, though? I don't think it will be able to. Oh, it hangs on with the sliver of HP. Oh, that's not good. Oh, he goes for the hidden power too. Wow, he's got all the techs. I think James has got this one, unless Brave Bird doesn't knock out Ludicolo, but it's kind of got to. Oh wow, great game though. Great game to him. It was all that first turn. I got caught off guard by it. Yeah, he's gonna go for the Brave Bird here. I'm gonna need like 4 flinches in a row, unless I survive this Brave Bird, but I don't think I will. Yeah, no way. So I'm gonna fall there because, unfortunately, not enough damage in the end there. Surprised he went for the double instead of just Brave Birding. Actually, I mean, it made sense, though. I think the better play for him there was to Brave Bird. Though, I mean, he didn't know that he could survive that Draco. Yeah, so I would need a flinch here. Nope. The Hidden Power Ice was a really good tech here. Otherwise, like, Hydreigon could have done really well. But I'm going to lose quite the good game here to James. He definitely played the better one right from that start. Like, I took way too much damage than I should have. And I should have anticipated that from Mega Glalie as well. Excuse me, just drinking some Gatorade there. Like, that's the one move I knew Glalie could use. So I shouldn't have taken that much damage. Like, it was just bad because it put Paulie in KO range also. So in retrospect, like, Fake Out Surf would have been the best play there since he had no answers really to it other than bringing in Rotom Wash. But lesson learned, we're going to take a loss there. Falling down to 1762 now, so I'd really hope to close out with a win here. Ideally, we'd finish this week with 1800 plus and then find a new team where we can get our groove on with. This team has been a lot of fun. I do think it's... I mean, Rain always is a solid option against anything. But you do kind of go on autopilot mode sometimes. Sometimes you outplay yourself, which can be frustrating. And that game was like a game that I definitely feel like I could have won. But I messed up at a couple of points. I mean, I didn't know whether he'd protect Talonflame there or go for the Brave Bird Dragon Claw play. But the protect made a bit more sense, so I should have substituted with Metagross that turn. If I got the sub up, I'm pretty confident I could have won that one. Sonic with a rating of 1695 is going to be our next opponent of the day, and looks like we've got a Rain Mirror here with some other cool stuff. Bully, Kingdra, Talonflame, Raichu, Scizor, and Venusaur. I really hope I can get a rematch with James, because, I mean, I really like this team there, and you definitely check him out, guys. I'm sure he's got more awesome games with that Mega Glalie team. Once again, we see the Talonflame here. Talonflame did not do... I mean, it caused us so much trouble in that last game, so I don't like it. The Rain Mirror here is also interesting, though. I think my opponent's definitely got the advantage in terms of matchup in this game. I don't like my matchup very much, quite honestly. I'm going to lead with Thundurus and Metagross. I feel like that gives me options against everything my opponent has. I'm still going to bring Ludi in case he decides to set up the Rain, and I'm going to have Hydreigon as my last one. The Mega Venusaur here is very threatening, which is why I'm not bringing Politoed or Terrakion, because neither of those two Pokemon really deal with Venusaur well at all. And then, you know, he's got Scizor, which also just beats Terrakion. Like, Terrakion just is really bad in this. Poly, you know, it's decent, but I'm not going to go with the Rain mode here. The worst is if you lead Rain, and I mean, Poly doesn't do well against Venusaur, obviously, so... I mean, having Mega Metagross helps a lot, because it's one of the best answers to Mega Venusaur. But this is definitely going to be a difficult matchup, especially with the, like, I honestly don't know what my opponent's going to want to bring. He could either go completely anti-Rain, not bring Poly or Ludi, and if that is the case, that's fine with me, though that renders his Kingdra, that renders my Ludi somewhat useless. Oh my gosh, that first game, though, the explosion. I love it, I love it. Like, Explosion used to be one of the best moves in VGC back in VGC 2008, 2009, 2010, and then they nerfed it, and not many Pokemon get it anymore, but, okay, my opponent is just going to go straight for the Rain matchup here. So, going Poly Kingdra, and that's good if he brings Poly, because, you know, my team does relatively well against Politoed. The question here is, 1, what item does Kingdra have, and 2, does he have Raichu in the back? Because if he does, then I can't get a free Thunder Wave off here, which is the biggest issue. I think what I'm actually going to do is switch Thundurus out and go for the Mega Evolution and Protect here with Metagross. This makes the most sense because not only do I avoid any damage, I could also potentially Fake Out Kingdra this next turn, as Thundurus is going to switch out. Also want to figure out what item the Politoed has if possible, though if it's Scarf I won't be able to tell here. But we've got... really rainy lead here with Poly Kingdra and Ludi coming out from the side of the field. Both sides of the field. So Metagross Mega Evolves. He did not switch out with either. If I had to guess, Kingdra has Lumberry, or he's going for a Protect here, though I protected first, so presumably not. Yeah, he just goes straight for the Muddy Water here with Kingdra. This will also be able to tell me what item it has, if it has Life Orb. And he gets the Accuracy drop, which can make things a bit more difficult. He does have the Life Orb, yeah, as he goes for an Ice Beam. Good play there. As, you know, I'll take that, that's fine. It's also very good to confirm that he's got Life Orb with that Kingdra. Let's see, I mean, I think it's important to conserve this Metagross if I can. But right now I kind of just want to Fake Out Zen Headbutt the Kingdra. I mean, it might mean taking a Scald though. But you know what, I've got Hydreigon to deal with Venusaur as well, so I'm going to go for the Though the issue here is if he protects with Kingdra. You know, Giga Drain Ludi? I wonder if he's going to protect Kingdra here. It would make a lot of sense in my opinion. You know what? I'm actually going to double up on the poly here. He switches out, that's fine. Whatever comes in is going to get knocked out unless it's like... Actually, Talonflame or Scizor can take it. Oh, he does protect with Kingdra though. Perfect. So, do manage to make somewhat of a good prediction there. I mean, Giga Drain doesn't do too much, but let's see how much Zen Headbutt does. Talonflame does give Ludicolo so much trouble. Otherwise, Ludicolo would be so good. Zen Headbutt fortunately connects though, hitting Talonflame. Does it knock it out? That might be a crit? Yeah. So without it, he probably would have been in like KO range from Recoil, but that makes this game a lot easier as I just eliminated the biggest threat to Ludicolo, and Politoed and Kingdra can't really touch it. And we're going to see Scizor come out, so that does confirm all 4 of his Pokemon immediately, which is really good also because he has no answer to my Thundurus. So I'm going to go for the... Yeah, I mean, once I knock out Scizor, Thundurus wins, but I'm just going to Scald the Scizor. Actually, let's see. Yeah. Scald Scizor and Protect here with Metagross. That way I get a free switch into Thundurus, can Thunder Wave the Kingdra. He's actually Mega Scizor as well. So today is the episode of Unique Mega Evolutions. You know, I did use Mega Scizor on Baz's team, but pretty cool to see it on my opponent's team here. Presumably going for a Bug Bite onto Ludi. As, yep, Muddy Water just comes out. That's not going to do very much damage. Also adds up the recoil damage onto the Kingdra. Does get another accuracy drop though, so good chance I actually miss my Scald here, which would be really frustrating. And I do miss it, yeah. Because he goes for the knockoff onto Metagross. Interesting. Maybe he doesn't even have Bug Bite, which is like the Scizor set I was running previously. Or not the Scizor set, the one on Baz's team. So you know what? I'm just going to go for the Scald at this rate and the Zen Headbutt onto Kingdra. Kingdra can't knock me out. Knockoff can't knock me out. He basically would have to get a crit here. And I avoid... Oh, the Muddy Water with both Pokemon. As I miss the Scald there as well. Does Zen Headbutt miss as well? No, it doesn't. So I think he'll be just in... Yeah, enough that one more will KO. He does go for the knockoff again onto Metagross. So he's really trying to target that down right now. I just can't help but laugh that Ludicolo's not able to hit his attacks right now. I'm going to go for the Scald once again, and I'm actually going to Protect here with Metagross, because he can knock himself out with this recoil damage from Life Orb. But that last turn was pretty crazy. Yep, he is just going to continue spamming Muddy Water. Let's see if he gets another accuracy drop before I actually manage to finally connect on a Scald. I can't complain though, RNG's definitely been my favorite this entire game. That's precious. That is precious. As it actually knocks out Ludicolo. Okay. Well, that makes this game a lot more interesting. Though rain does stop, and that's exactly what I needed. So I'll bring in Thundurus now. What a game, though, man. What a game. Still not over yet, either. That's the best part. Okay, let's see. Kingdra's gonna faint in one hit if it uses any attack at any point. I feel like the best play for him here is to switch out into Politoed. I'm gonna Thunderbolt the Scizor and substitute with Metagross. That might have been an overly aggressive play, but the thing is, if Kingdra Muddy Waters or Dracos, he knocks himself out. And yeah, like the fact that he has knockoff, I assume it means he has Bullet Punch, Swords Dance, and Protect. Oh, he protects with Kingdra, which is perfectly fine with me, so I'm just gonna get a free substitute up. I think I missed 3 Scalds there though, that's hilarious. Thundurus gets the Thunderbolt off, probably doing around 30 to 40%. Yep, right around the money. Knockoff comes out, gonna target down that Metagross, not gonna knock me out though, since I did go for the sub. Perfect. So that's good, that's good. I'm gonna go for another Thunderbolt here onto Scizor. Question is, what do I do here? Do I Iron Head the Kingdra? I could sub once again. Could double target Scizor. Actually, I think the best play is to Thunderbolt the Kingdra and substitute once again with Metagross. Yeah, he's not going to switch out Kingdra, so I get a free sub up. I knock out the Kingdra, which is the most important thing. Because that means he can't outspeed my Hydreigon, and that's the Pokemon I'm relying on to win this game. Still trying to like get over the fact of misses. That's just so funny to me. But I mean, like, I got very lucky in this game. Like, the Zen Headbutt crit onto Talonflame helped a lot. He does go for the knockoff into Metagross again, so I might be in Bullet Punch KO range now, but that's fine. Politoed comes back in, but at this rate, things are looking quite solid. So, let's see. Oops, excuse me, that's my phone ringing there. I'm gonna go for the Thunderbolt onto Scizor and the Zen Headbutt onto Politoed. As he does go for the Bullet Punch. Yep, gonna knock out Metagross, that's fine. As Thundurus... Oh, Scarf Toad. Get to confirm that. Ooh, that makes this game a bit more interesting, actually. I should have went for the Thunder Wave. I might have just choked this game away. Let's see. So, this is a really interesting... Actually, no, I think it's fine. With Hydreigon here in the back. Because what I can do is... Thunder Wave the Politoed, and Dark Pulse the Scizor. Though I guess if he Ice Beams, and Bullet Punches Hydreigon, I lose here. That was also a bad play. I should have protected Hydreigon and Thunder Wave the Politoed. There was no reason to attack with Hydreigon there, so I deserve to lose this one, quite honestly. I'm just making decisions way too quickly right now, and that's not a good thing. Okay, he doesn't protect with either Pokemon, that's fine. So Thunder Wave comes out, gonna target that Scarf Toad down. Let's see, he goes for the Bullet Punch. Yeah, onto Hydreigon. Does Ice Beam knock me out? Oh, I got the paralysis. I can only assume he targeted on Hydreigon. So, I feel really bad. I mean, like, I had that game 100% won if I just Thunder Wave the Politoed and protected. I don't know if he targeted Thundurus or Hydreigon there, but I assume he did. So, I mean, I really feel like I deserve to lose this one. But the RNG bailed me out there, and I feel kind of bad. But that's Pokemon for you, and my opponent's just going to forfeit there. Yeah, there's no reason not to protect with Hydreigon there, especially since I'm Life Orb, and he probably assumed I was Spexed. Even if he Ice Beamed the Thundurus there, I would have been able to at least slow down the Politoed, to which I can Dark Pulse it the following turn and at least get flinches. Though if he Ice Beamed the Thundurus, I wouldn't feel as bad about winning that one, but it is what it is. So, we're going to wrap up today's episode with a win and a loss. That loss was really, really close, I feel like. I mean, obviously, it came down to whether Draco could KO. I didn't think he could since this Hydreigon's not fully invested. I might change that so I can pick up knockouts in the future. And then the second, like, I feel like the first game was a game that was really mine to lose, and I did lose this one. And then the second one, like, I just kind of messed up in the end there, and I should have played a bit better. But, you know, great games to both of my opponents, and couldn't ask for a more fun episode after coming back from a hiatus. So yeah, that's it for this episode, guys. As always, if you enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I shall see you tomorrow. Alright, peace. It's good to be back.